Guru Nation, welcome back to another episode. I've got Monica and Chris. We just ate for the first time in 3 months inside a restaurant. It was very good, also very weird. They make you wear a mask until you eat.
So you have something in front of you.
Yeah, but it's a new world we live in. But also, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So we talked about different kind of PIs at dinner because we were doing a lot of business meetings earlier today, and we ended up discussing about the different types of PIs. And we have some PIs that are very friendly to the coordinators. We have others that are not so much, I guess, to put it nicely.
Well, and I would elaborate on that even further. They may be friendly to the coordinator, and then not so friendly to the CRA, or vice versa, right?
Right.
Not friendly to their coordinators and friendly to the CRAs.
And there are some that are good with everybody. And on top of that, speak different languages.
Yeah.
Speak different language. So basically, what's the correlation between, is there any correlation between a PI that's also a part owner of a site versus one that's an employee or a contractor? Is there a difference, or is there a correlation between their
Good point.
amicability?
So,
Does that work?
So you have a spectrum of PIs, right? Just like you do of all human beings, right? You have
Right.
a spectrum. So on that spectrum, do they work harder if they own the site? Are they more helpful to the site in business development?
Not always.
Right, not always.
Yeah.
I think
We have personal experience with this, don't we?
Right.
Yeah, I think the ones that are on contract kind of collaborate more because they just get paid, they go, do their job, and that's it.
So do you think under contract, right? So let's take the contract for a moment. If they're paid a percentage of the budget opposed to an hourly wage, say, or a salary, do you think one would be more inclined to work harder for the site? Right? Like in site selection business.
No, I
Will
think
one be more
it's difficult to tell. I
of a
think it's a
salesperson?
mix.
If I were just starting over, I would say, yeah, that person would be more inclined to work harder because there's an incentive. Knowing what I know now,
It's not the case.
it's not the case. There's no correlation in my opinion. It is a level above that where it's just their personality.
I think it's the
That's what it all boils down
personality.
to. Personality.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Personality and then their interest in research.
So you don't think
It defies logic. It defies logic.
I don't think entirely though, but I bet you if you take a person who's a little bit more extroverted, right, and you give them one of the other, right? You give them a salary or you give them a percentage.
So, like the PI we talked to today.
I bet you the
who we were at
percentage
his
person
office.
still will perform a little better. They're already an extrovert
It's a
naturally.
motivator because
Right,
it's
right.
probably more money.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if they don't see what they want to see, then
Right. So essentially, it all boils down to personality, but you can influence it a little bit. I bet. No, you don't think so?
Influence
yeah, it
it.
can be a motivator. Obviously,
Yeah.
money
And they can
money
change.
talks.
They can change.
Absolutely, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
They can change
Yeah.
over the years. Like they can start to want more, or like not necessarily money, but more things. Like I want to do different kind of research now,
Sure.
or become an IIT, like investigator initiated, like Dr. Hazen or Dr. Hoffman,
Right.
or maybe like Dr. Al, who we talked to earlier today.
Right.
But like you're a coordinator and now site director. What's your ideal PI to work with?
ideal PI. I think is someone that has interest in research, somebody that also is wants to be really overseeing the site and is part of the research and has good relationship with the coordinator and with the CRAs. Someone that is more committed.
Is it realistic to find that person?
Yes, I think it is.
So they need to be a little bit more personable.
I think it is, yeah. I mean, obviously, sometimes it's not. I mean, the ego comes in between a little bit, but yeah.
And life happens, right?
Yeah,
For all
exactly.
of us, some of us
Yeah.
are more irritable on certain days,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, and also because sometimes doctors are more busy than other ones, but I think it comes at the end of the personality and the good relationship that they establish with everybody.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you take a friendly person in general, they're going to be easier to work with, right? Maybe they're not hardworking.
So what's the non-ideal PI for you?
Well, the ones that have interest, they don't have much interest in research. They don't have the willing to see their business grow. They want to see things quicker, or the ones that have interest only in the money part.
So that contradicts
So-
what you were saying, because you don't necessarily want that to be their primary motivator.
Motivator.
But at the
Sure.
same
What I'm
time,
saying though is you take a friendly person
yeah,
who's an extrovert, right?
Like who
You
we
can
met with
motivate-
today.
You can motivate them a little bit more with money.
yeah, I think so. I think.
And then for
I
a
think we
CRA,
can find a good. There is not like is not something unrealistic. You can. I think we can find. You can find a good PI.
so that's for the site owners and the coordinators, like who's their ideal PI. I think for a CRA, the interesting thing for a CRA, because there is no money in the CRA PI relationship.
Sure. There's no incentive there.
Yeah, I actually don't think the CRAs care even about friendliness. They just want the work done,
No, they
and
care
they want
about
to
that
be
a
able to
little bit.
reach them
But you know
like,
that I have.
without an argument.
Right.
Like you don't
They
want
care
every
about it a little
conversation.
bit.
Yeah, you don't want every conversation to be an argument,
Right.
but you don't necessarily care if they're a nice person.
Sure.
Because you just want the work done, and you want them to be available for that 5-minute meeting,
Right.
20-minute meeting,
Let's just get my day over.
and that's it. So
but I think that being more like friendly, it will gain more the relationship will be more
Sure. If you're more
strong, and then the CRA will be more prone to give this PI
you're more
more-
personable, you're
yeah.
more likable.
more studies.
If somebody likes you, they're more willing to
Yeah.
go out of their way to help you.
and we've talked to
Yeah.
Sherry.
Right?
Mhm.
We talked to Sherry, who was on every day on the daily meetups during the pandemic, and Sherry said she's been a CRA for like 30 years or something. She said that for her PIs, like she actually could care less if they're friendly or if they're not friendly, as long as they're doing the work, or at least they're overseeing the work
Of
being
course,
done.
yeah.
Doing as they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing at the end of the day.
All right, good. Anything else? We need to go find more PIs. So next week we got to go meet with the other potential PIs.
Yes.
And I guess at the end of the day, you can't be picky if you're a site and you want to find more PIs. You're going to inevitably deal with all these personality types. So maybe bottom line is you just have to learn how to work with all of them and know what to expect from them.
Exactly.
And on that spectrum, there's not that many different types, right? It's like the one that's mean, the one that's nice, and something in between.
Sure.
Yeah, business are business.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.